So today we are in a small bungalow in Toronto in a neighborhood that is very up and coming. We were inspired by kind of like the California bungalow idea, so very West Coast vibe, clean, edited, modern. They wanted something that was very design forward. We got rid of all remnants of the original bungalow. We've opened up the main floor of the house. The private part of the house is at the front, which is a little bit unusual. And then you come to the back of the house and that's like the living room, the kitchen, the small dining nook. It's a little bit of a flip. We've got really big windows in both the bedroom and the office at the front of the house. And there's very clear sight lines to the sidewalk. We're very careful about our blind selection. There's no chance that anybody's seeing into the bedroom. And likewise in the office. When she's working in her office, she can have the blind up. It's a top down, bottom up, so she can still allow light to come through. So in the office, in keeping with the rest of the house, we wanted things to feel bright and open and airy. White walls throughout, keep it clean and bright. We have a blonde oak floor throughout the house. We introduced a lovely long wood desk. Having that natural material just warms the space up. The office space is really part of the entry to the house as well. So that mirrored closet in the office can hold some supplies, but also it really is the entry closet. And then we've got a couple of hooks by the front door. And then we integrated this sort of sagey green cabinet, which opens onto the hallway side. So that's amazing for like shoe storage, bags. Our clients are very interested in gardening, in the connection between exterior and interior. So in terms of our color palette throughout the house, you'll see hits of green in different shades. And you'll also see kind of these like rusty orange and gold tones. So throughout the house, we try to use techniques to make the spaces feel larger than they actually are. Bedroom is a perfect example of this. It's not a huge bedroom. It's a good sized bedroom. They have a king size bed. It comfortably fits in the space. So the double doors going into it was important because it's just them living here. So during the day, those doors stay open. We've got this big floor to ceiling window to bring the inside out, all this natural light. But rather than just do a standard king bed frame with headboard, we actually took the headboard longer across the wall to accentuate the length of the room. Gives us a nice backdrop for the bedside tables. We integrated like the bedside plugs into that. What we inherited in the bathroom was really awful. You came in the door, immediately to your left, there was a tiny shower. The toilet was straight ahead. So as you're walking down your hallway, if you didn't close your bathroom door, all you're staring at is a toilet. Zero storage. It was just really gonna be very inefficient. We increased the size of the shower quite a bit. So we ate into the office space a little bit. Handmade subway tile that lines the entire shower. It is a steam shower. We managed to find a spot to hide the equipment, kind of around the corner so you're not seeing that. I like floating vanities in smaller bathrooms because they make the room feel bigger. You've got that tile carrying underneath. It's easy to clean. The space feels larger. So the back of the house opens up. Well, it opens up now. It didn't really used to. And we made some layout changes here. So the kitchen was where the living room now is. It's primarily just the two of them here. And so we didn't need a big sprawling living room, but it just needs to feel comfortable for them. Being able to lie down and watch TV was important. Put their feet up on the coffee table was important. So we've got the like sectional sofa. Our coffee tables are stone. They're not, too fragile. You can throw your feet up. You're not gonna ruin them. Large TVs are a challenge in a lot of spaces, but certainly in a small space, we didn't really have a wall to put it on. We created this TV/screen wall feature, wall enough to hold our TV, and hidden in behind a piece of art is like all the components that you don't actually need to see anymore. And then we did this beautiful oak slatted wall to allow the light from the back of the house to filter through and keep this space feeling bright. And then we also designed this metal pass-through below, which you could use as a display space, but we actually like just keeping it very clean and minimal. And it's really just, as I'm sitting on the sofa, my eye can actually travel under the TV and I can see into the backyard. We've got a mustard side table. All of our pillows are in that color palette. Our carpet is got this warm brown taupey tone mixed in with a cream. So it's all very warm tones. Nothing's too cool. Really the coolest item in the whole house is the sofa, which is a large gray sofa. And that was something that we selected really with durability in mind. They eat while watching television, so something that wasn't gonna show sins easily was important. We needed something that the cats weren't going to ruin too quickly anyway, and that cat hair wasn't gonna be immediately visible. For these clients, the kitchen was everything. It was one of the first things that they told us about themselves was that was their focus. So we knew it was gonna take up the most real estate. And the dining was the least important because they don't entertain. And if they do, they typically would go out for dinner. They might hang out and have drinks or have a conversation on a sofa. So the open concept kitchen island was important. They wanted to be able to sit at the island, so we've got stools for 2 people. There's lots of counter space, so multiple people can be working at the same time. Especially in a small space, but an open concept space, you don't want to be staring at a whole lot of stainless steel. So we've got the paneled fridge, we've got the paneled dishwasher, we've got the integrated hood for the range. So you see the range, which is the wolf, which is a nice sort of showpiece range within the space. But apart from that, everything is hidden. And we've even in the corner got a hidden pullout where they keep their Instapots. We've picked this really beautiful warm gray, taupey gray color. We designed this door profile with a large bevel, which I really love, and combined that with a flat slab door. It's got a little bit of visual interest in the lower cabinets, but all of the pantries, the uppers are very clean. They have a collection of bowls that they use for the cat food. I love the idea of a bit of an open shelf in a kitchen. I think if you can keep it looking neat, it's a great feature. It's a quartz countertop, super practical for people who cook, it's not gonna stain. And then our backsplash is a beautiful porcelain tile, but has this very natural kind of raked texture. We selected brass as our primary metal because it's a warm metal. So we see that in the handles on the cabinets, which also have a beautiful knurled finish on them. So you feel the handle as you open it, which I love. The island is sort of the place that's calling for a beautiful focal point fixture. It's light, you can see through it, it's not blocking your sight line, but it is definitively sculptural. So it's a focal point without screaming at you. I'm a focal point. So the eating area in this house, now we agreed that it was going to be the lowest priority in terms of square footage, which it is. It's very compact, it's tucked into the corner. You can actually quite comfortably seat 6 people around that table. It's long. We curved the ends so that there wasn't this sort of place you're going to hit your hip as you're walking through the space. We did the corner banquette. A, you can sit there and just hang out, put your feet up if you want. But B, if you are having a dinner party for 6, the people sitting in the banquette have tons of space spread out. The fabric that we used on the banquette is a performance fabric, so you can wipe spills up. It's not going to fade with the sun because it is sitting right in front of a large window. The table is a solid oak table that we designed and had made custom for them. From a durability perspective, if you get a nick in a solid wood table, you can repair it more easily. We picked the chairs. They really wanted something with arms. We needed something that was compact enough that it was going to fit. The disc that you see in the dining room is actually a light fixture, and it's just a very simple sculptural fixture that we found and they love. It's a huge backyard. We designed the decks, all the hard landscaping, the overall plan for the backyard. Extra high fences, so it feels very private when you're back there. They don't want super modern, slick gardens. They do like that sense of a little bit of wild nature, and so the plantings that have gone in will build on that in a structured way. But the stones, the pergola that we have the dining underneath, all of that was designed to be very modern and in keeping with the modern vibe of the house. The roof of the pergola, the slats that are in that, is a really lovely detail because when the sun hits it, you get this reflection either on the dining table below or on the fences. It's a beautiful dining space for 8 people, sit around, enjoy a nice meal in the evening. We've got a light that is above. Also in the seating area, we've got these beautiful bocce lights on the wall that at night just give out this beautiful glow. The main deck off the back is really a second living room. They can easily just hang out there all summer. It would be a great space for entertaining. We integrated a gas fire pit. They've got their barbecue back there. We did black railings so that your eye can kind of pass through them. We didn't select glass because glass requires maintenance. So it's really almost doubled their living space. So you go down this now lovely staircase from the main floor, and we carried our oak flooring down with the stairs. And you come into what is really just a big open space. We've got storage. There's a wall of mirrored closets that are all for storage. It's also doubling as an exercise space. So the mirrored wall is great because you can watch yourself as you're doing your exercises, check for posture, all that sort of thing. It's a space for their cats. And then they really wanted a coffee bar because his office is downstairs. He wanted to be able to go out, grab a cup of coffee easily, not have to come upstairs. They're both working from home, so we were really trying to create great spaces where they could kind of go to work for the day and not be in each other's zone. Other function that that open space fulfills is a mudroom, because our main floor entry is very minimal in its ability to store coats, boots, all that kind of jazz. And then we've got huge bathroom because the ceilings down there are really tall. I think we got to like almost 9 feet. The client was craving more color, so we did that with the tile in there. We've got green on the walls. We have a laundry room closet. It's got slatted doors. You can close it. If clothes are hanging to dry, they're still breathing, you can close it and not be looking at it. His office. He's a programmer, so we've got the 2 screens, we have an up-down desk, like all the things that he needs to do his job well. He also games, and he was gaming upstairs. Now he's got a space to game downstairs, so his office has got like a sofa in it. He can just like kick back, hang out. So we have this really cool but handsome in a really modern and handmade looking way wallpaper. We've got a nice, almost like deep emerald forest green velvet sofa. And then we have a petrified wood side table. There's a few things in this project that I'm really proud of. I love the color palette. I love the fact that we had the opportunity to warm things up. I think the space planning was done really, really well. The changes that we made to the layout, things like flipping the kitchen, was smart. The way that we've been thoughtful about current use, future use, being able to create a second bedroom in the future, the basement, how we laid that out and took and checked the box of a lot of must-haves down there. So that I'm super proud of.